Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Aliya Nabihah Binti Ahmad Nazli, a second-year student of Food Technology. Here, I will discuss about the toxin that present in potatoes, which is glycoalkaloid. Is it glycoalkaloid harmful? Okay, I will share with you some of the following cases recorded in various medical journals, include examples of some of the most severe cases of glycoalkaloid poisoning. At 1918, in Glasgow, Scotland, 61 people from 18 separate households were affected at once by a bad batch of potatoes. The following day, a 5-year-old boy died of strangulation of the bowel following extreme retching and vomiting. The poisoning was happened because of eating potatoes which contain 5 or 6 times the amount of solanine found in normal potatoes. Okay, the second cases, in September 2015, the Center for Food Safety (CFS) was notified of a food poisoning case involving 2 persons from the same household. They developed tongue numbness and a burning sensation in their mouth immediately after eating cooked potatoes prepared at home on the evening of 17 September 2015. So now, you can value yourself whether it is dangerous or not. Before that, do you know what is glycoalkaloid? I think there is a few people that's not aware of this toxin. So, let me tell you about the glycoalkaloid. First of all, glycoalkaloids are neurotoxins that block the enzyme cholinesterase. This enzyme is responsible for breaking down acetylcholine, a vital neurotransmitter that carries signals between nerve cells and muscle cells. Glycoalkaloids are naturally produced in potatoes that derive through biosynthetic process from cholesterol. The main glycoalkaloids are alpha-solanine and alpha-cacoanine, which together account for 95% of the total glycoalkaloid content. Solanine concentration increases in the potato peels and occurs concurrently with greening of the peel due to chlorophyll synthesis. They are both biochemical processes that are independent of each other but are light-induced. Glycoalkaloids occur in all parts of potato plants. The highest glycoalkaloid levels are found in flowers and sprouts, while the lowest is in potato tubers. According to literature, the total glycoalkaloid content of commercial cultivars of tubers may vary between 10 and 150 mg per kg fresh weight. Glycoalkaloids also found throughout the potato tubers but concentrate in the sprout, peel, and the area around the potato eyes, which means area where the sprout develops. In normal tubers, glycoalkaloids are concentrated in a small 1.5 mm layer immediately under the skin, where 30 to 80% of the glycoalkaloids are found in the outer peel. According to a study conducted by the CFS in 2007, the glycoalkaloid content, which are alpha-solanine and alpha-cacoanine, there are 5 cultivars of tubers available in the Hong Kong market, range from 26 to 88 mg per kg fresh weight. While glycoalkaloids were below 10 mg per kg in the fresh of these potatoes, glycoalkaloid in the peel varied between 90 and 400 mg per kg. Hence, with normal tubers, peeling of potatoes will greatly reduce the levels of glycoalkaloids present. Okay, now I will tell you how the amount of glycoalkaloid can increase in potatoes. After harvesting, the glycoalkaloid content may increase during storage and transportation, and this is a result of the influence of light, heat, cutting, injury, slicing, sprouting, and exposure to phytopathogens. Damage to tubers also causes increased synthesis of glycoalkaloids. Hence, damaged potatoes on the store shelves generally contain elevated levels of glycoalkaloid. Potatoes are exposed to sunlight in the markets also, resulting to increased risk of glycoalkaloid exposure. There are chances of buying green tubers that are immature, which correspond to glycoalkaloid accumulation. Okay, now we move to public health significance. High levels of glycoalkaloid are toxic to humans. Onset symptoms, which generally occur 30 minutes to 12 hours after ingestion, include nausea, vomiting, stomach and abdominal cramps, and diarrhea. Most severe cases of glycoalkaloid poisoning may be accompanied by a variety of neurological effects such as drowsiness, restlessness, shaking, confusion, weakness, and disturbed vision. Glycoalkaloid concentration above 200 mg per kg are associated with a bitter taste and burning sensation in the throat and mouth. Do you want to know what will happen if we consume glycoalkaloid? Consumption of low levels of glycoalkaloid do not pose a safety concern to humans. However, undesirable health effects can result from intake of higher levels of glycoalkaloids. Adverse health effects from higher intake of glycoalkaloids are usually related to consumption of potatoes that show signs of physical change or damage, such as sprouting, greening, and bruising. Symptoms associated with glycoalkaloid poisoning from potatoes include a bitter or burning sensation in the mouth and flu-like symptoms such as nausea, vomiting, stomach and abdominal cramps, and diarrhea. Most severe cases of glycoalkaloid poisoning may be accompanied by a variety of neurological effects like drowsiness, apathy, restlessness, shaking, confusion, weakness, and disturbed vision. There are a few reports of death being attributed to glycoalkaloid exposure from the consumption of potatoes, potato leaves, and potato berries. Of course, in this matter, we have to take some awareness steps before eating potato. Here are a few preventive measures to avoid glycoalkaloid poisoning. The increased glycoalkaloid content cannot be significantly reduced by cooking, such as baking, boiling, frying, and microwaving, because glycoalkaloids are heat stable and only begin to break down between 230 degrees Celsius and 280 degrees Celsius. Hence, we should store potatoes properly in a cool, dry, and dark place. To reduce the amount of glycoalkaloids in potatoes, we have to peel the skin and remove the part of the tuber that show damage, rotting, green coloring, and sprouting before cooking. In more severe cases, discard the entire potato. Okay, now we have reached the end of this video. So what I can conclude is glycoalkaloid is a neurotoxin that are toxic to humans if consumed in high concentration. The occurrence of the glycoalkaloids in potatoes and potato products cannot be wished away. Glycoalkaloid intake through consumption should also consider the effects that various processing and post-harvest handling practices may have on the levels of glycoalkaloid. There is need for assessment of glycoalkaloid occurrence in potato and potato product in growing and consuming countries. Intake levels need to be established to guide policy makers. That's all from me. Thank you.